These 5 people are worth nearly $500 million, and they're ready to invest their own money into the best business ideas they hear. But can anyone convince them to part with their cash?
Do you seriously think that females will get out of bed, put on their toolkit and go and hang a painting?
I have to admit, I'm quite confused about what the business is.
Well, I think it's brilliant because it's so politically incorrect. It's fantastic.
That's the worst presentation I've ever seen.
Here in the Dragon's Den, cash-hungry entrepreneurs are about to arrive with the business ideas they think could make millions. They'll pitch their ideas to 5 of New Zealand's top business people who could give them the money to get their businesses going. So who are our 5 investors, the dragons in the den? Our first dragon, Sir Bob Jones, built his empire by first investing in commercial property. His wealth now stands at more than $200 million, making him one of the country's leading entrepreneurs. Julie Christie made her $25 million in the media industry. She sold her multi-million-dollar entertainment company earlier this year and has other investments ranging from hospitality to a South Pacific resort. Paul Webb started the cut-price airline CityJet. However, he hit the headlines when the company collapsed in 1999, but has since rebuilt his personal fortune to more than $20 million through investments in companies ranging from media to commercial fishing. Aucklander Annette Presley is worth more than $35 million. She started off investing in recruitment before buying and transforming Australian telecom businesses, and she's now the face and owner of internet firm Slingshot. Barry Colman started off his $130 million fortune in the publishing industry as founder of Liberty Press. He also has many high-end investments, ranging from retail through to aircraft manufacturing. First to face the dragons is Angela Beer. She thinks she knows how to tap into women's wants and needs with her Hello Dolly giftware. But life's little luxuries don't come cheap. She's asking for $250,000 to launch her company in exchange for 33% of her business. But she must get at least that, or she walks away with nothing.
Hello Dolly, tools for women and the men who love them. Hi Dragons, I'm Angela Beer and I'm absolutely excited to be here today to introduce you to Hello Dolly. Hello Dolly's first range, DIY Dolly, was born when I went for a trip to buy a toolkit, a basic toolkit, and I couldn't find what I was looking for. And I thought to myself, is there an untapped market opportunity here? And here we have Pamela, and she is modelling our DIY Dolly tool belt. The multi-purpose tool belt, retailing for $34.95, comes complete with 12 pockets of various different sizes. It's great for carrying everything from your garden tools to your DIY Dolly tools, and with pockets big and small, you can carry everything from your mobile phone right through to your brushes. And here we have Christie modelling our desirable Dolly range, tools for the bedroom. Desirable Dolly is all about reclaiming the smutty and making it sexy. Think of us as your fairy godmother of femininity. Now, we thought it wildly appropriate that our 2 launch ranges should be so completely different, DIY Dolly and Desirable Dolly, to show you just how women of today cannot be stereotyped, they can't be pigeonholed, and just like the Hello Dolly brand, we're going to be turning up at your house, in your garden, in your car, and even in your bedroom. Thanks, ladies.
Angela's certainly caught the dragon's attention with her range of Hello Dolly branded DIY tools and lingerie. So can she ensure the financial part of her business will be equally as attractive?
So, the deal. Hello Dolly today is currently valued at just under $1.5 million. I am seeking $250,000 investment for 33% of not just the Hello Dolly ranges that you've seen today, but the Hello Dolly brand and all the subsequent products coming out of that in licensing and royalty. Our prices range from $7.95 through to $59.95. And with your help, we can be at over 40 major expos, meeting and romancing more than 2 million potential customers in the first year. I'm so excited about that. And at the end of that first year, I promise you we will have a slice of the $14 billion Australasian gift market. Please, Dragons, I invite you to come on this journey with me because it's going to be fun, fantastic, feminine, and most importantly for you, fabulously financial.
Angela's kept the dragons interested. Bob Jones now wants to know how much Hello Dolly will stand out.
Angela, I'm Bob.
Hello.
I like your enthusiasm, it's lovely. But look, I'm a world authority on the shortcomings and general madness of women.
Right.
And I know that if you put them in a field and there was one shop and it sold toenail clippings by the bagful, they'd buy them if there was nothing else. And I can't see what you've got here that's unique.
These products aren't unique, but what is unique is the brand. They're buying part of the Dolly experience.
What experience?
The experience about the fact that it's fun, it's feminine. What woman doesn't want to feel capable and independent and sexy? And that's part of the brand.
It's fun wearing a toolkit. Are you sort of in a state of euphoria at the moment? Are you? Seriously, getting back to the issue. You know, you sort of talk about brand. In other words, everything's painted pink.
Otherwise, is that the question you're asking me?
Yeah.
At this stage with our launch ranges, yes they are, because we've had to go for minimum orders and we've only been able to choose one colour.
But what is it though?
The pink.
What is it that's unique, apart from everything that we're being shown is pink?
Well, would you like me to answer that,
yes,
Bob? Okay,
I've asked you 3 times.
Bob, the brand is unique, the way we're selling it's unique, the business model is very unique, and I can tell you why it's really good from a business perspective. There are high gross margins as a result of selling direct to channel.
Please, Angela,
and also
is,
buying
what is unique? You can't answer the question, what is unique, by saying it is unique.
Angela's failed to prove her point to Bob Jones. Paul Webb wants to know how committed she is to launching her Hello Dolly brand.
How much money have you made put into Hello Dolly? How much have you invested?
I came up with the concept really around December, January, and went actively and started to look at it in February, and since then I've put in close to $100,000 of my own money.
So why do you need us?
I really would love a dragon to come on board, because what will happen otherwise is that I'll have to wait for each container to land, for it to sell, then I'll be looking at the Auckland market to start off with, and I'll have to do probably 1 product range a year. I can proceed with this business on my own, but that's really why I'm looking for a dragon to come on board.
Do you seriously think that females will get out of bed, put on their toolkit and go and hang a painting or whatever it is that they use?
Absolutely.
You think they're capable of that?
I completely know they're capable of it.
Really? I couldn't get passionate about your business like you are.
You've got a pink shirt on, Paul.
I do like pink shirts, yes, but I just couldn't get serious about this business, and for that reason I'm out.
No, I'm out also, Angela, because I don't believe you have a product. You're just selling existing stuff with a different label.
Angela's slick presentation hasn't convinced Paul Webb or Bob Jones, and they're out. Angela needs $250,000 in return for a 33% share in her company. So will any of the 3 remaining dragons see Hello Dolly as a good investment?
Think in the party planning market, where you see women have 2 wines and buy anything, you are completely going to clean up. You're the new Tupperware, probably, I suspect.
Angela Beer has come to Dragon's Den looking for $250,000 to kickstart her giftware brand Hello Dolly, and in return she's offering 33% of her company. Only 3 dragons remain: Barry Colman, Julie Christie and Annette Presley.
Are you going to do some through retailers, some through expos, some through the web? Are those your channels to market?
We have deliberately steered clear from retail. And the reason being is, one, we get lost within big price ticket items within a retail environment. I don't think it does a lot to the Hello Dolly brand, but we want to look at the party plan market. Latest Australasian research that's come out said that party plan and direct sales in Australasia, it's undervalued, and they've called it the might of the mini group, the return of the tribal sisterhood, and that you're seeing a dramatic rise in anything from fashion, fragrance, financial services, Botox, you name it.
I can see your party planner market because I know that women at baby showers, bridal showers, hen parties, they're always looking for something to spend their money on.
Yeah.
I think in the party planning market, where you see women have 2 wines and buy anything, you are completely going to clean up. You're the new Tupperware, probably, I suspect. I don't know if it's cool. So for that reason, I'm out.
Thank you very, very much.
The Pink Party Planner Giftware did not win over Julie Christie, and she's out. Angela's come to the Den seeking a $250,000 investment. Her hopes now hinge on Annette Presley and Barry Colman.
My name's Barry.
Hi, Barry.
I'm convinced. I think it's a fantastic idea. I think you'll drive it. I think it'll make a lot of money. I'll be happy to be invest in it.
Sorry, can you just say that a bit louder?
I'm just accepting the offer that you made, 33% for $250,000. I think that's a great investment.
Thank you very much. Can I kiss you?
Look out, you might get a better deal.
I'm standing here and my dream's just been realised, and I thank you very, very much for that.
I'll offer you $250,000 for 25%, plus I'll help you develop your website, give you access to 130,000 customers and help you on the marketing side.
Annette Presley's made a 25% offer for the $250,000, a better deal than Barry Colman, who wants 33% for the same amount. Now Angela must make an important business decision. Which of her 2 suitors should she bring into her company?
What is your commitment in terms of what you'd be able to spend helping me in terms of mentoring and working actually on the business?
My byline is about living your dream and helping to inspire others, and I think that in terms of inspiring others, you'd probably be a good horse to gamble on. Yeah, I mean, I think I can help you enormously. Obviously, with your website, well, hey, that's what I do.
Well, I'm not really good at anything, really, so I don't know what sort of help I could be to you, but I think it's a fantastic idea. My sort of gut feeling is that if I was you, I wouldn't have a woman partner. I think you'd be safer with someone like me, because I can see that you're going to get subjective views here, not objective views.
Well, I'd like to have both of you in the business, but I have decided to go with Barry. I just think that sales and marketing, you've got publishing and I think licensing and royalty experience. It was a hard decision because you've got very strong Australasian experience. And you get that kiss! Yes!
Not tempted by Annette Presley's better offer of a lower percentage, Angela chose Barry Colman, who has now taken 33% of Hello Dolly for $250,000.
I think the product range is neat, but what you're really buying is her. She's the driver in it. Yeah, I mean, it could be ice creams or whatever. She will
make that work regardless.
I wanted her to keep 66 because there's got to be enough money in it for her, because she's basically the owner-operator. So you've got to keep enough fat in it.
Angela, are you overwhelmed? Have you got your breath back yet?
No, I am completely overwhelmed and so excited, and my head's spinning.
You made your decision to Barry. It surprised probably some of the other dragons, particularly Annette, who thought she was giving you a better deal. How did you make that decision?
I made it on gut. You know, it's a combination of science and emotion, and this business is all about the numbers as well as the X factor that you can't describe. I really made the decision based on the prior research that I'd known. And also, you know, Barry and I are in this for the long haul.
Best of luck with Hello Dolly. That was just fantastic. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Coming up next, Victoria Ludeman's got a novel way of selling her internet software.
When I am wearing this hat, I am going to be a provider, and over here we are going to be the customer, combat customer.
And Brendan Amundsen plans to make his millions fighting aliens. Selling a new website is never easy, but if it works, there's big money to be made. That's what Victoria Ludeman hopes will happen with her idea. She's seeking a massive $600,000 investment, and in return is giving up a 30% share in her website business.
Good day, Dragons. Right, thank you very much for your time today, guys. My name's Vicky Ludeman. I'm presenting to you today online reservation software and NewZealandBeds.com. Just so that you know, I am asking for $600,000 and 30% of the company is up for sale on that. Okay, just to let you know, what is online reservation software? It's one centralised online accommodation booking facility that feeds all. So the whole idea is that it will feed all sorts of directories and other people's websites, which will actually make it easier for the provider because there's no double bookings. Nothing else is available like this in New Zealand. New Zealand Beds is an online accommodation directory. So it effectively is going to be one of the directories that we're actually going to use in linking with online reservation software. Okay. So what I thought I would do is, if you would be open and it will be more entertaining for the TV guys to actually watch this, is if I could actually ask you to actually maybe hold up one of these signs that you see in front of us here, so that I can actually show you how the system actually works. Okay, so your partners, you'll be the provider's own website. You can be NewZealandBeds.com, which is the directory. Yes, property, something you'll probably be comfortable with. Affiliates is for you, thank you very much. And then we've got agents over here. Okay, so just so that you guys are familiar with what I'm actually going to do here, when I am wearing this hat, I am going to be a provider. No hat, I'm online reservation software. And over here, we are going to be the customer, combat customer, okay? Just so that we know I'm playing 3 different roles, okay? So effectively, I am a provider at this point in time, and I'm entering all my information into online reservation software, all right? That information is now going to feed up to every single one of these different sites to make it easy for the provider, no double bookings, okay? The customer comes along and is surfing the internet. Okay, I'm now the combat customer.
Victoria,
Yes.
Victoria, I'm Bob. Look,
Yes.
the nature of this program When you come in, there's two propositions that we have to weigh very quickly. One is the proposition itself. The second is the person we're dealing with.
Yes.
Now, you have a think about what you've done. You've treated us like children. I mean, we're not 8 years of age. Would you go into a bank and ask him for a banker for money and then say, now, when I'm wearing this hat, and put a hat on? I mean, for God's sake. So I'm out because I don't have any faith in you. It's as simple as that.
I'm sorry.
I mean, this is appalling. That's the worst presentation I've ever seen.
I feel that Bob's been very kind on you because I think this is just disgraceful. We're very reasonably intelligent people and we don't need to play little games to understand how commissions and things work.
I mean, if we hadn't stopped you, you'd have had us holding hands together and dancing Ring of Rosies or something.
So this isn't a kindergarten. It's a serious show, and I think you've made a bad judgment by coming in here doing this, and I'm out.
Bob Jones and Paul Webb have both torn Victoria and her online booking presentation to shreds. Will the remaining 3 dragons see a valid investment opportunity despite Victoria's bad presentation?
Basically, you want $600,000 for 30% of a website that hasn't been built yet. Is that what you're saying? And you don't have any revenue right now. Is that right?
For NewZealandBeds.com, no. Online reservation software, we haven't even begun build yet.
So you want $600,000 to build a website that doesn't exist for 30% of it. Is that right?
We'll sell 30% of the company, yes.
Victoria, who's we when you talk about we?
I'm talking about we as in us, you and us, yeah. So I am the business, but I do have a team already in place that we do software development for all sorts of guys.
I have to admit, I'm quite confused about what the business is.
Okay, all right.
I've heard enough, so I'm out.
Okay, fine, fantastic. Right.
I have to say that I am unconvinced, and these online propositions are a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
But to be putting $600,000 into this as a concept, you'd have to have a lot more convincing information than that.
Okay.
So
well,
on that basis, I'd be out too.
4 dragons have seen absolutely no merits in Victoria's website or her reservation software and are out. Any hope of leaving the den with an investor in NewZealandBeds.com is pinned on Annette Presley.
People come to me with these sorts of ideas on a consistent basis in this industry. And they don't value potential websites at anything anywhere near what you're talking about. And anyway, good luck, I'm out.
Thank you. Okay, well, thanks very much, guys. I appreciate the opportunity. Okay.
Thanks.
Victoria has felt the full force of the dragons' disdain. They couldn't see any redeeming features in her online reservation system whatsoever.
The whole thing was just tragically complicated.
God, I was diplomatic, wasn't I?
You were.
I was.
Most kind, Bob.
Oh, God, I was cringing. Jeez, I thought she was going to burst into tears.
Vicky, you've kept your composure, but you must feel as though you've just been eaten alive in there.
No, actually, do you know what? I don't take this kind of thing personally. There are other investors, and it was just a no today. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
These guys are serious business people. They're serious investors. Yes. Do you not think you just didn't take them seriously enough?
Yeah, I don't think it's that at all. I totally respect them. It's more the fun element, you know. You just, life's very serious, and to keep on doing the chart, and here we have another chart, blah, 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 it's going to bore everybody stiff. So I thought it would be a bit of fun, but obviously, you know, I'm a funster. Perhaps they weren't just up for it, maybe too tired, who knows? Well,
you've survived. You're leaving the den relatively unscathed. Yes, wish you the best of luck, Vicky.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Other entrepreneurs who tried to and failed to tame the dragons included Lloyd Clee, who wanted $300,000 for an aircraft safety device.
I have developed and patented a secondary antenna switching device.
His attitude didn't go down well with Annette Presley and Paul Webb.
Sorry, without being rude, why would I spend $400 US on your product if I can get a GPS at $25?
Because the GPS is not going to tell us who you are. It'll give a signal, but we may not know. It's not able to be identified back to a particular aircraft.
Excuse me, Lloyd. I can assure you that the signal will identify what aircraft it is. I can assure you.
I know this
and for that reason, I'm out, but I wish you all the best.
And Alistair Goodwin came to the den convinced he had the solution for dirty water tanks.
Brilliant design, 10-year guarantee, many other benefits, and every tank in the world will probably have one eventually.
Bob Jones didn't think Alistair even had a market.
It seems to me you're addressing a non-existent problem given the existence of filters and things. I'm out, yes, for that reason.
Gail McJarrow hopes to get rich through her Wonder Cap invention, a beauty product you heat in the microwave to help soften and shine women's hair.
It was kind of a eureka moment. I was sitting by the fire and had my hair trying to dry it naturally. My daughter was sitting with the wheat pack on her, and I just thought, how can't we get that heat to there?
But the cap bewildered the male dragons.
Excuse the pun, but I can't get my head around it. Well, my wife spends a fortune and a huge amount of time going to the hairdresser to keep her hair straight. In fact, I'll buy one from you for my wife to see if it has an impact on her.
That's fine.
But I'm out, thanks.
The name, that's awful. Hold it. You need an apostrophe between the D and the M. Seriously.
Yes, well, we paid a lot of money to get that name, and
put an apostrophe in, it would work better.
A lot of younger kids might have nightmares of scary things jumping out of the dark at them.
Have you seen what they play on the internet, mate?
Brendan Amundsen from Topol thinks there's money to be made from his adventure game chasing aliens wearing laser-activated targets. He's taking a shot at bringing in one of the dragons to help him. He's after $180,000 for 35% of his company, Hunted.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brendan Amundsen. My business is called Hunted, and the investment I'm looking for is $180,000. We basically bring movies to life. You get dressed up in a suit similar to this. It's full body armor. It covers you in every aspect. We have a massive arena. It's about 30 meters by 30 meters. And we have actors that move through the arena. Now, the actors are dressed in alien suits, and they will hunt you down and follow you. I've got 4 staff that will be running around playing the aliens. The way they've been designed is they're recyclable. With the systems we have, it's actually paintball technology, but we've incorporated laser systems into it. When you shoot the aliens, they have sensors on their head and their chest. If you shoot them in the head pops open. If you shoot them in the chest pops open. So once you've shot them, as soon as the person that's playing walks around the corner, they can click it back together and they're back into place straight away.
Brendan Amundsen's Hunted game, where the public pay to play, has a 35% stake available in return for $180,000. Julie Christie, mother of 2, is familiar with the market, but she wants to know how Hunted will survive the competition.
Brendan, I'm Julie. How are you different from Laser Force?
The difference from Laser Force is our guns don't make electronic noises. They're gas operated, so you do get a recoil from them, so it looks, sounds and feels just like a real firearm.
Jesus! I was ready for it, sorry.
Brilliant. How much for the gun?
Not only that, it gets recorded onto a DVD at the end of their experience via cameras mounted on the suit, so they can take it home and watch it afterwards.
Similar products work on one team fighting against the other, don't they, rather than fighting against aliens?
Yes.
But I quite like your actor alien idea, actually. Why make it 13 plus? Because really, similar businesses do well out of children's parties, don't they, basically?
I'm with Julie. I've got a 10-year-old boy. He'd love to do this.
A lot of younger kids might have nightmares of scary things jumping out of the dark at them.
Have you seen what they play on the internet, mate? Can I go to wherever the warehouse, buy one of those guns and buy that helmet and buy all your technology, go and do one of your games and then set up another one down the road?
You quite possibly could, until I've got everything finalised.
Brendan can't guarantee his game's exclusivity, and that's got the dragons concerned. He'll now have to work much harder to convince them it's worth parting with $180,000.
My name is Paul, and I just want to know what the $180,000 would be spent on.
We travel around the countryside. We spend a month in each town. The first $80,000 of it is being put towards a vehicle. We have a 12-metre long motorhome which sleeps 6, which houses all our actors and technicians. $20,000 of it is going towards patents and copyrights. $50,000 goes towards getting the players' suits up and running, getting the camera systems, the night vision gear, the computer system to edit the software for the movies. So it's not just a straight experience. We actually have a proper movie experience. It's all edited and everything. The $30,000 left goes towards... $30,000 mainly goes towards the arena.
Okay.
The arena itself is modular rooms, all interconnected, and the whole thing can be set up within 2.5 hours and packed down in the same amount of time. We'd like to spend a month in each town in the bigger cities and less time at other ones. We're also aiming at going to things like Mystery Creek or the Field Days, Big Day Out, any events where there's a lot of people, especially between that 13 to 35 age gap.
Essentially a travelling circus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the Weber Brothers circus goes round around the country. Same thing.
Yeah.
Brendan's managed to convey a clear and concise business plan, but Barry Colman wants to know if shooting Space Invaders will make money.
Tell us how much money it's going to make in a year.
The cost is $75 to play for up to 45 minutes, but at 30, which is just an average number of people a day, at 75 players a day, the net profit after GST is $227,976.
Well, I think it's brilliant because it's so politically incorrect. It's fantastic. But I wouldn't be an investor at sign out, but I just think, bloody good on you. So it'll be great fun.
Barry Colman was won over by the game, but not the business opportunity, and he's out. Will Bob Jones see Hunted as an investment worth chasing?
They're all going to scoff and laugh. I find it distasteful. You know, the kids, let alone anyone else, pretending to shoot one another, so I wouldn't be personally happy being involved.
Yep.
So I'm out.
Thank you.
I have some concerns about your business case, but yeah, I'm sure my 10-year-old would absolutely love it, but for those reasons I'm out. Good luck.
I thank you for the opportunity.
3 dragons are already out. Paul Webb, who had shown some initial interest in the game, is about to show his cards.
I think you've got a great product. I don't know about the travelling part of it. I think if you had a permanent base in an area where you could pull from that local, you know, they're going to have to learn the game, aren't they? I'm not convinced of the model, but I'm convinced the game will work, and I hope you're going to make a lot of money out of it, but I'm out. I'm sorry.
Paul Webb couldn't see Hunted making money while it was mobile, and he's walked away from an investment. Only Julie Christie remains, so will she be tempted to put $180,000 into Brendan's laser gun game?
How do you win this game?
We have several options when you come in to start. If you want to play strictly what's called a death match, which is when you go in and see how long you can last against the aliens, you've got a sensor built into the chest which records the number of hits, and it's displayed on an LED which is built into the side of the visor. Every time you take a hit, you lose a life, basically, and you have around 7 lives.
I think it is a great idea, and I think there's a very good market for it. I have seen what similar products do. You're going to be disappointed, Brendan, but I think I'm out too, I'm afraid. I think it is a very good idea, but in the end, I'm just not certain.
That's okay. Thank you for the opportunity, everyone.
Despite their interest in the travelling alien shootout, the Dragons weren't convinced it was a viable business, and Brendan's left the den with nothing.
It was a really good business.
Wouldn't you think it'd be better to just have one facility where...
No,
it's too much competition.
Is there?
Yeah, and the novelty would wear off. So you move to town like a circus.
You had a key point. You know, my 10-year-old is saying laser force constantly.
10 kids at a party, $750.
Yeah.
Brendan, you very, very nearly hooked Julie into the idea. What do you think lost it for you there?
It's hasn't been done before, and because of that, there's a risk that it may or may not work quite as effective as either what I imagine or as it would, full stop. So
they did all seem to be really enthusiastic about the product. Did that surprise you? Did you think that they would get it?
Yes. Well, to be honest, they're not exactly my target audience. I mean, I'm looking for a 13 to 35 age gap, and the sort of people they are and the lifestyles they lead aren't, they don't play video games or computer games or anything like that.
So you will go away having learned something here?
Oh, definitely, definitely.
Fantastic. Thanks very much for coming in and good luck.
After the break, the simplest ideas can sometimes be the most lucrative. Will that be the case for Mark and Murray Jones?
We're bright enough to know we're not smart enough to take this thing where it should be. We have an excellent business advisor, one of the top ones in New Zealand. He said, Joneses, you've got to go out and you've got to get funding for this thing.
Brothers Murray and Mark Jones are driven by a passion to turn their business into a profitable company, and it all hinges on a simple plastic clip. To take a significant stake in the garden market, they need $250,000, and in return are willing to give up 30% of their company.
Hello, Dragon. My name is Murray.
Hello, Dragons. My name is Mark, and we're the inventors of the Hold'em clip. Hold'em stands for hold them. If you've got a plant with a stake, instead of the twisty tie, you use the Hold'em clip that goes round on top of the lateral and onto the stake. We've done trials over the last 3 years in different weather conditions, and it works very impressively.
They really are so easy. If you've got problems with your fingers and so, you can grab hold of this clip and it go around the stake and all around the plant. The beauty of it, it can get away with those ties, those pantyhose that people use. They just are so good. The other thing we have is that it's quite interesting is a little grape clip. You see in the brochure, you have a picture of the grape clip on the vine. We've trialled this on domestic grapes and they're absolutely fantastic. They're easy to train on the wire, as you see, with a small hole. And the cane comes up and you hook the wire onto the wire and onto the cane. We've trialled this on a vineyard in Hawke's Bay, and they've said it's fantastic. Further than that, we've actually designed one called the dog bone, which is about 200 mil long. You can grab hold of it, and I'm thinking of olives. You can go into the tree, clip it on, and clip it onto the stake. That's our theory. It works excellent well, and it's just fantastic. Well, we're bright enough to know we're not smart enough to take this thing where it should be. We have an excellent business advisor, one of the top ones in New Zealand. He said, Joneses, you've got to go out and you've got to get funding for this thing. This is very similar to the paper clip, but it does more purposes. The paper clip will hold paper, or you can make shapes out of it. The Hold'em clip does lots of things.
What we're looking from you, the Dragons, is to invest $250,000 in our company for 30%.
Despite some nerves, Murray and Mark's straight-up pitch seems to be going well. Bob Jones now wants to know if the nation's gardeners have cottoned on to their Hold'em clip.
Are you out in the market yet?
We're in the marketplace at the moment. The problem being is that with the cost of producing the patents and all that sort of stuff, we both have to work. Our business advisor said, guys, you have to get funding for this fantastic project. This is going to make billions of dollars.
So if you get your money, what do you propose to do with it?
Our proposal is $100,000 for a CEO. We need someone...
I'm sorry, $100,000?
$100,000 to run a chief executive officer, plus expenses for a year or so to really get this thing to market.
Do you have any idea on your predicted sales? You done any forecasts?
Our profit for next year, if we get rid of 300 3 million clips is $510,000.
The clips cost 11, the retail for 28, the difference is 17. Yeah. That's where we get our 3 million for our 510,000.
Yeah. Is the viticulture industry not the... Is that not where... Because they'd take more than 3 million, wouldn't they? You know, you're a vineyard owner. Come on. Do you think there's a use in vineyard?
Yeah.
Once we get that grape clip developed, that is going to be an absolute winner. The reason we say it, because our uncle tried it on his vineyard and he just said, this is amazing. He goes through 250,000 those little other clips every year. Now, he said to us, if this is going to last 3 years for me, great, I've saved a lot of money.
My name's Paul, and I'll just say to you that I'm out.
No problem.
The Hold'em clip has failed to impress Paul Webb. Julie Christie has some concerns where the money is being channeled.
So you are going to have to find some investment for actual manufacturing of the clips, correct, though? Additional investment?
Yes. To take this thing where it is, we need really good investment money. It's got to go bang and hit it now.
So the 250 isn't going to make more clips, the 250 is just going to cover your...
The CEO, carry on with the patents and manufacturing and sourcing markets and all that sort of stuff. And the CEO could be either one of you people if you want to invest, although...
Nothing better to do.
One of your people, I should say, not necessarily yourself, you've got plenty to do. But we have some guys who are going to put their hand up.
I'm out, but well done.
Hey, Mark and Murray, God, it dumbfounds me how you can just be so honestly passionate about a clip on, you know, why don't you just come and work for me and get passionate about internet? Good luck, but I'd be useless. I'm out.
That's all. Thank you.
While impressing both Julie Christie and Annette Presley with their enthusiasm, Mark and Murray have failed to get them to invest. Now it seems Bob Jones has an issue.
The name, that's awful. You need an apostrophe between the D and the M.
Yes, well, we paid a lot of money to get that name, and
put an apostrophe in. It would work better. It would.
Yes.
I can't believe how enthusiastic you two can be over plastic clips.
Yes.
But it's just not for me, I'm afraid. It's not the sort of business I could get passionate about.
Only Bob Jones is left. He's a keen gardener, but does he see the Hold'em clip as a fruitful investment?
I know, I can see it's a great product. One minor flaw, it's also its strength, is the sheer size of it. It becomes unattractive, all those green tags. So it's hard to know what...
From our first prototypes 3.5 years ago, they're still sitting on people's vines and trellises and that sort of stuff. The other thing is with these, the Hold'em clip is, once the season's over and they've fallen down the tomato plant, just give them a yank out of the ground and these stay on the stake or your wire or things. So they're there for next year.
You can certainly put me down as a yes. I think it's an excellent product.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Bob Jones has agreed to a 30% share in the brothers' company in return for a $250,000 investment.
Hey, Bob, if you get bored with them, I reckon I'd hire them. They're great.
When they walked in, I saw they were wearing ties, and I said to myself, I bet Bob buys this. And he did.
Well, congratulations, Murray, Mark. You guys have just made $250,000. Unbelievable, isn't it?
Just can't describe it. We're just so passionate about it. As one of the dragons said, I just can't believe that two guys are so passionate about a plastic clip, but we've invented it. It works so well. So
simple idea, so easy.
Yeah, it is. It's a simple idea. The way you did the deal was as simple as the idea as well, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. It was enjoyable, and if you got something that's enjoyable like we've invented, it sells itself. So we're just the catalyst for it. That's all. Unbelievable. It's fantastic. So Bob is an avid gardener like we are, and he just hooked onto it. It's great.
It was a great presentation. It's a fantastic product, and many congratulations on the result.
Thank you very much.
Great. No one can accuse the Dragons of being predictable. Who'd have thought Barry Colman would join the tribal sisterhood and invest $250,000 in Hello Dolly Giftware? Or that at the first sitting, $500,000 would be invested in 2 budding New Zealand entrepreneurs. But as Vicky Ludeman found out, in business there are always winners and losers. Goodbye.
I think you're here either to A, audition to be on television, or B, to see if you can put one over us.
It's just a bit too much like a Me Too item.
I don't want a bloody light on my hat. I want it. In fact, I also don't want to be seen wearing a baseball hat. God, I'd be ruined.